So something I've been thinking about, right? I've been thinking about God, right? I always get like a lot of religious stuff on my feed, and I started thinking to myself, if if let's say you believe God is the creator of everything, right? Then what created God? Then if you say God, right? Let me clean my camera a bit. Camera's a little bit dirty. Sorry about that. Right? If God created himself, then that means there had to be nothing, right? Yes? If we can agree to that, right? So if there's nothing in the beginning and God from nothingness is making somethingness, right? Then wouldn't that mean that in all like in potential in just potential energy alone, or I guess in this case what I'm calling potential energy, I have essentially the potential energy to from nothingness to create somethingness, or from somethingness to create maybe even a greater somethingness, because that would essentially be impossible for there to be nothingness. You'd have like an infinite like nothingness chain there, because it's like, if there's nothing, then how did the nothing create something? So that means there was something there to make the something, right? So it's like, so I started thinking about which makes more sense to me. The abiogenesis, that life, created itself via like the proper environment and all these things, and it just took the right chemicals and all these things to like mix together to create life because they wanted to live, right? And I think the problem with this for a lot of people is that it just doesn't make any sense. They almost both have, like, when you think about God coming from nothingness and then abiogenesis essentially coming from nothingness, it's essentially the same problem. And because we both look at them like, you have the atheist looking at like, oh well, if there's God, like, then that means he came from like nothingness, right? Like, they're trying to figure that part out. And then you also have the people that believe in God. They're like, but if we were made from nothingness and there's no God, like, their whole problem is that there's no divine, there's no like magic behind it, right? And I realize it's pretty much the same problem, just like adding a different solution to it. Now, I realize it's like there essentially cannot ever be nothingness, because then we wouldn't exist.